Welcome to Fire Vinyasa by Buffy. I am Buffy, and I will be your guide. This morning, I'm going to focus on shoulder pain. So our theme today is going to be shoulder pain and the heart. So the request I have received seems to be it's all about the up top of the shoulder, around the shoulder, and through the shoulder blades, and in that upper back, very isolated. And when we think about that area of the body, the heart is right here. Thus, a lot of pain in this area is also associated with the heart chakra. When there is a heart chakra imbalance, it can be the hardest chakra to rebalance because it usually has something to do with a deep loss and a deep hurt. So we're going to start today just by doing a little meditation. And if you're someone who's working your way through a healing process, take some time, maybe go through this meditation more than once, do it maybe daily or every other day, and see how it feels. We're going to start soft. Bring the hands together, thumbs out, point your fingers up like it's a pistol. Press the thumbs to your heart and the fingers up. Inhale. Exhale. We just want to start connection with our breath. Now, as you continue breathing, let's think about an intention. An intention is a goal. It's like a goal. It can be a goal we are working towards, or it can be a healing process. It's a tension that we set for ourselves on and off the mat. And in light of our theme, shoulder pain and opening the heart, I suggest that we think about an intention that has to do with creating space. Creating space can be allowing ourselves to take up more space, have a space, or even decluttering or cleaning a space. A lot of times our physical world relates to us on an emotionally deep level, an energetic level. And a lot of things, the things that are happening energetically, manifest themselves physically and externally. So we want to give ourselves space to grow. We want to allow the pain to come, to release, and to hopefully go on its way. We want to process and move forward, which is why we're going to focus on creating space. So spend some moments here, set an intention. One last round of breath. Now, we're also going to start very slowly awakening the joints and the muscles. We're going to sit in hero's pose. Hero's pose, you're sitting between your heels. I have the heels on the outside of my glutes here, and I'm sitting into my feet. We're going to start by some cross body arm stretches. And we're just waking up our joints, waking up our muscles. We're going to roll our shoulders, gently move our head from side to side, and then roll the neck out. You can do that as many times as you feel is needed. And then we're going to transition here back into easy pose, back to the position we were in when we were meditating. Take a deep breath. We're still connecting with our breath, still waking everything up. And allow yourself a deep inhale. We're going into cat. And now in cat, we're going to bring our hands around to the back. My hands are clasped behind me. And I'm going to lift up into cow, pushing my knuckles towards the floor. And this time when I come back into cat, I'm going to raise my arms behind me as high as my shoulder blades can go. You're going to want to feel the stretch, not necessarily pain, but push it beyond what you normally do. And back down. Cat. Cow, opening the heart, pushing towards the sky. Last time here. And now we're going to go into cow face. And I've shown cow face before. If you are unable to reach back and grab your fingers, that's not accessible to you. You can use a strap or a towel, anything that makes it accessible. In cow face, we're going to pull that around. Follow the strap as much as you can until you get to your fingers. And if you're able, you've been doing this long enough, go for grabbing those fingers. Then we're going to sit straight up and we're going to breathe. Good. Now I'm going to come back around and we're going to do the other side. Okay, so this arm was up last time. Now this arm's going to go up. We're really working a lot on waking up the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the muscles in the back and the shoulders. There's a lot of muscles back there. And release. Shake out those arms. Hopefully that feels good. And now we're going to go into seated eagle arms. So it's eagle pose without the balancing part. You're going to take your arms like this, wrap the right over top of the left, and come around. Now for some people this last part is inaccessible, so you can also do eagle like this, back of hand to back of fingers. And then as you practice, the goal would be to palms meet palms. Breathe. Now we're going to transition into a forward fold with our eagle arms. So hinging forward, let your eagle arms come to the floor, and then bring your forehead to the insides of your elbows. One more round of breath here. And then come back up. And switch sides. So now the left arm goes over the right. And twist is on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. And forward fold. One more round of breath here. And come up, unwind, release the shoulders. I think we've done a good job of waking up our joints, waking up our muscles, connecting with our breath. We're ready to move on to tabletop. Focus on that nice straight line in tabletop. Inhale and exhale. Good, and we're going to do thread the needle. So we're going to pick one arm up, and you can look up towards that arm, and then we're going to bring that arm back and through, and we're going to lay on that shoulder. This is called thread the needle. It's often done in child's pose rather than tabletop, But in tabletop, your shoulder blades can get a little bit more of a stretch. And back up. And back up. If you have issues with your knees and this is not comfortable, try leaning on a blanket or a towel. Just some padding under there will probably do a world of difference. Last time with this side. And we're going to go to the other side. First, we're going to straighten that back out. Good. And then up and through. Laying on that shoulder blade, giving it a nice good stretch. And back and through. And back up and through. Okay, now we're just going to raise our back foot, lifting our arm, bring it in, a nice breath, and then go to the other side. Just a way to wake up the legs a little bit. Good. Come to your toes, tuck your toes, bring your knees off the mat. We're just going to hover here. We're turning on the mid-body just a little bit in the quads. Now stretch out to a down dog. You can have your heels pressed to the mat. You can be up on your toes. You can use your knees or anywhere in between. The goal is to eventually have a nice straight line. Okay, we're going to go back to that knee hover. So your tabletop's a little hovering here. Back to down dog. And hover. Down dog. Now we're going to transition to dolphin. You're going to come to your forearms, clasp your fingers, bring your head up to your hands, walk your feet inside your body as much as possible. If this is not accessible for you, you can use your knees. Just hold this posture. And then we're going to step out. I'm on the front of my toes. I'm going to come into my push-up arms and lay into cobra. In cobra, really allow for your clavicle to get open and stretched apart. Push your shoulder blades towards each other. This is a great heart opener. And back to down dog. And back to dolphin. Walk it up. Try to take some weight off the feet here. Allow the weight to transition to your upper body. Now come back to the front of your toes. Push up arms. And cobra. And release into child's pose. Sitting on the heels. Coming through the thighs. Bring your arms behind you, bound arms, and lift through the shoulder blades. Really connect with your breath here. Good. And bring your arms down onto your back. Let your arms relax, but keep your hands clasped. And roll up. We're going to transition here to a side plank. So it's actually a laying side plank, so it's not hard. Come down as if you're going to lay on if you're going to go into a plank, bring the shoulder that's on top, it's my right, around. So see my fingers down here into my hips. Once your fingers are there, go ahead and rest on your back. Allow this knee to bend forward, your right leg to go straight if you're doing the same leg as me. Bring your left arm up over your head and lay. Inhale and let it go. And now we're going to transition to the other side. So going back up into that side plank position, we're just going to switch sides. Bringing now my left arm around underneath of my hip, laying down on top of it, letting that leg bend out, straight switch. When we're focusing on heart opening poses, we want to get ourselves into a lot of stretching, resting poses. We want to feel that layer that we are protecting our pain, because that is what's keeping our pain inside of our body. We want to get down to that layer and release it so that our pain can be released, so that our heart can be opened up to new experiences, new people, new things, new space, and allow ourselves some of that space. And coming back up. Now we're going to transition into a bridge pose. So this is a soft routine. We're not going to do any pulsing, any challenging positions. We're just going to do that basic bridge. And hold. One more breath here. And any way that works for you, we're going to transition to laying to our front. Coming down slowly onto your frown. Lock your hands behind you. Lift your arms and legs. This is a locust. And relax. On the exhale, lift again. And release. We're going to lay back down on our backs into a reclined bound angle. One hand on the heart, one hand on the lower abdomen. And inhale. And exhale. Give yourself at least a minute in this position, maybe 2, maybe 3. It's in the moments of stillness that we find clarity, that truths are revealed. And that we are able to feel what we need to feel. I'm going to come up to my seated position. I hope that you continue to lay in that resting, reclined bound angle for at least a minute. Remember, the most beautiful things are not always seen or touched. They must be felt with the heart. Namaste.